Hello everybody. We're gonna start the blushing layer. I hope everything went okay with your creasing. Get all those little wrinkles in there creased up. Get some color in them. See? This is what I'm talking about right here now. I don't know. I hope my camera picks all this up, guys. I don't know if it is or not, but you can just barely see it. It's like I told you. I want it in there. I want color, but I just want a little bit. Not a whole lot. Okay, we're going to start the blushing layer. And for this, we're going to use that same mix that we had for the creasing. So, we want to add, just dab it on there. And then take a sponge, and mine's used. But it's okay. You can use them over and over again. You see that? Now, you don't want it real red. Just a little bit of color on that knee. And I'm going to go back. I should have done this first right here, I guess. I go up on the ball of the foot and the little toes, the end of the little toes, and then right through there. Then I come right down through there on the side, just in the heel. And I'll show you in a minute what that looks like. Okay, see? So then I take my sponge and I just kind of dab it out, move it around a little, because you don't want it to look thick or chunky. And at the side, leave this middle in here. Don't do it in through here, guys, because you know, you want that kind of like the arch. And if you get a little in there, see, I got a little bit in there. Just wipe it free. And so I always check back here when you're doing these toes, because sometimes it'll get over on this side and you won't see it, and then you'll bake it, and then you got a big blob over there. So you don't want that. And so just get all that out of there that you can, and just enough to give it a little bit of color. Now I may put one more on top of this if it don't look right. I mean, if it's not dark enough is what I'm trying to say. If it isn't dark enough, then I'll go back and I'll put one more of these. Okay, I do that. I'm just going to show you on the leg and then I do a little bit across through here, the leg and the arm, one arm, and then I'll do the face and the head for you guys. And I do right a little bit and right through there a little. And then I just take my sponge and just dab it off a little, just so it's not chunky looking in there. You don't want to take all the color off. If you keep going, you know, real hard, it's going to take it all off. You don't want to do that. Just give those little toes some color, and right about the foot there. Something else I do sometimes, if I like this, put it like on a fat roll. Just kind of take it from there. And what you're doing is you're just shading that a little bit. Just put it right there on the little fat roll, give it a little color. Now, I'm going to put that leg over here, and I'll probably put another coat of that on there, because most likely it won't be enough, but I'll have to bake first, because if I don't, what I put on there, it's going to come right back off. So, if you do another color of this, guys, you will have to bake it. And usually this is just not dark enough for me. It might be for y'all, because I tend, like I said, I tend to go over a little more to the red side. And on the little hands, I put it right there. I put it just on the tips of those little fingers, right like that. And then I'm going to just barely touch, because you want it left red on the tips of the fingers. But you don't want it just in big old clumps there. And then right here, just barely touch to pick up like the excess paint. Just touch like that. And it's going to leave a little bit of the color behind. And you want this palm to be left alone. You don't want none of that in there. If you happen to get some in there, like I told you, just wipe it out and it'll be okay. And on the hands, I also do across the top right here. And then I do a little bit in on the knuckles. And then right in there, on that part. Okay, and then I just barely touch it. I want the color left behind, just not, you know, gobbed up. And if you keep pouncing over and over, and it's just going to take it off. It's going to take all of it off, guys. You have to be real careful. Now see, for me, that's probably not going to be red enough. So what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll bake it. And then I'll come back and put on another coat of this. So, and then you want a little bit, guys, on the elbows. Now on this, you don't have to be as careful as there. You can just kind of move that paint around a little bit. Like that. See? Okay, and that's one arm. Now I'm going to show you on the face. And then you can do the other two arms yourself. I mean, not two arms. Oh, goodness. The arm and the leg. Sorry, guys. Okay. Now, what I do is I come right down through here. I just put me a little, like that, around. Just like that. And then I'm going to move it around with my sponge. And see? Now I'm going to move it up here just a little bit. And move it around over here just to give it, I want the most color, though, right in here. So then I spread it out to here from there. See that? Do both sides over here. I also do a little bit on the nose, a little bit on the chin. Little nose. Give it a little bit of color, that little teeny tiny nose. And see? See the difference in this side and that side? Whoops. I ain't even going to focus. I mean, in the frame, guys. I hope y'all got seen that. I'll have to check this video to make sure. I may have to do it again. I don't know. But anyway, that's how you do that. And you do both sides, of course. And then if you want to do a little fat roll back here on the neck, you can. It's just up to you. However, I put it on the ears too, guys. I want those. I want my ears I like for my ears to be a little bit red. Not real red, but just a little. And I'll go around the ears just a little. Give them a little color. I got some right there, so I'm just going to wipe that off before it dries. And now, before we put into bake, this is your blushing. This is considered your blushing. And before we bake, because we will have to bake after this, because you got the creases and the blushing. But before I bake, what I'm going to do is, you can see what I've done there, and then I'm just going to, see, then I'm going to bring it out somewhat like so. Just like that. Go up towards the eye, give the eye a little bit. May go back over that nose again, a little chin. Bring this down. Just make sure it's all, you don't have any hard edges left there, guys. Kind of pat it out to where you don't have real hard edges left. And under here, checking under there and make sure, and up here. And like that. You're just maybe over the eyes just a little bit. Just giving her a little bit of shading. And then before I do that, but before I bake, I wanted to tell you guys too, you can also go ahead before you bake and you can add some of this same color. You can use the same color, add it to your lips. Just a very, a little bit, just to give them a little color. And then we'll bake, and then see, you can come back and add more of this if it's not dark enough. It's not patted out right. Get that. You can come back and add more, another layer once it's baked. You can't, guys, you can't do it unless it's baked, like putting another layer of this on, because like I told you, it's just going to take it back off. When you're doing the mouth, make sure you get up in the roof of it, up in there, the little tongue, and the lips. And just smooth it out. A little too much on there. And then, of course, like I said, if you get it to where it's not, you don't like that, you know, see, I went just a little bit out right there. You just come through and take your sponge and take that off. You know, I'm not perfect either, guys. I have to go back and correct things too, you know, just like everybody else. But, yeah, you can add this color to your lips just to give them a little bit more of a color, and then we'll add some more after we bake. After we get this layer baked on, then we'll come back and we'll add some more, another layer. Now you can watch, and this will start kind of beading up in there. If it does while it's drying, just take your brush and tap it out to where it's not beading up in the creases, and that's how you do that. Also, you can add this same color to your nail beds. So I'm going to show you that. You just have to have a smaller brush, guys. This is that liner I told you. I took some of the the bristles out. Now, I do my nails sometimes more in depth than this, but I'm just going to give you this because it's really easy. It's not hard. I mean, you know, and you just take that same color and you just go right over those little nails, just like that. Now, that seems to be a little bit too thick for me, so, you know, you want it translucent, and my brush is not the best brush in the world for doing that, guys. But put it on just like that. And see, it just gives that fingernail a little color. If it's too dark, you think that's too dark for that fingernail, you just take another little brush and just kind of hit it like that, and it'll take some of the color off. And then, after you do all this, you do all your fingernails, all your toenails, your lips, and, of course, your creasing, and then put your blushing on. Get all that on there, and then you're going to put it in the oven, and you're going to bake it for 265, same thing, 265 for 8 minutes, and that's what I bake mine on, and they turn out good. A lot of people says 9, 10, 11. I do mine for 8 minutes, and during that process of baking, I turn them. And, you know, like I'll do 4 minutes on one side, then I'll turn them over to the other side, and I'll do 4 minutes on that side. Now, when we get to the very end, I do more baking than that, because you're going to have sealer on this, and it takes a little bit longer to, it's thicker, and it takes a little bit longer to cure. And that's the layer that you really want to make sure, guys, that you have got that thing sealed to where your paint's not going to come back off. But anyway, we'll go into that when we get to it. But just add your layer on your lips and do your blushing next. Then add your layer of this same stuff on your lips, just light, not dark, just a little light layer. And on your nails, you know, your nail beds. And, well, just completely cover the whole nail. Now, sometimes I do my nails, I will put like a purple down at the bottom of, you know, the nail bed down in there close to the skin. And then I'll put the red on out from that. But on this I'm just trying to teach you guys how to do a very simple, you know, Reborn. But yet it's going to be nice too, though. Don't think it won't be nice. It will. And but it's just, you know, kind of like starting out. Okay, guys, that's it for the lesson on, well, that would be probably, I guess, considered blushing and the lips and the nails. And so that's it on that. Put it in and bake it, and then I'll come back. I'm going to, and then I'll come back in another video, and we may have to add one more layer of that if it's not dark enough. You know, we'll add one more layer on the nails and the lips. And, of course, we'll have to bake it again if we do. But then we'll go from there, and we'll put on our little nail tips on our fingernails and toenails, and we'll do the eyebrows. And then it's all completed then, except for our very last layer, which will be the sealing layer. That'll be matte varnish. Okay, guys, I guess that's it on this one. We're getting there. And so y'all guys stay tuned for the next one, and we'll finish this baby up pretty soon. All right, guys. As always, thanks for watching. See you soon in another video. Bye-bye.